No voucher for that one.
Okay,
you,
welcome
sorry.
to the March 4th meeting of the Dudley Board of Water and Sewer Commissioners. Have to advise that this meeting is being recorded, and we start each meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, it is warm in here. Damn. Yeah, he's hot again. Okay, accept the meeting minutes from February 4th.
George has one.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from February 4th, 2026 as written.
Second.
I wasn't here, so. I thought that was Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, then I'll second it. Actually, if you're not going to, are either of you going to vote?
We can still vote on them, we just can't.
You were here on the 4th.
Was I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one did
Yeah,
I
Tom
miss?
was the only one that missed. You missed the one in Webster.
Okay, second.
Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
He's upset. He was helping me with this thing.
GAC engineering proposal?
I spoke to Derek this morning, and I had a quick conversation with Bob that if we go with, and just say we want to just go with the Volca, what we've had,
Yep.
that he can't guarantee that reduces the $25,000. He goes, but that will get us near the 100% versus the 60% of the unknowns and everything else that are happening. It'd be pretty much straightforward. He asked if that's the direction you guys wanted to go in.
What are the other options?
Exploring if we want to try different media, basically, and that would entail, and/or who's going to be talking to the DEP. We just got in our last PFAS testing results, and I got to take a look at them. We've been focused on the budget right now to see if we can see any trend of how long it's going to last or not last. But
Okay, and we can have different media in each of the different tanks?
no, it'd be a change out,
We have to
everything.
change both tanks?
I think you can change one, because it's in series.
They're in series, but
So you'd run through one and then the other, but
Okay.
they would still have to approve it. I mean, and
that's gonna be the tricky part. You gotta go through the state and get it approved, because it's a different treatment.
Okay, what, anybody have any?
I'd rather stay
Said you
with
want
the
the same test coming.
same media.
Seems to,
It seems like.
I mean, it's lasting us quite a while.
just that with this media, the downtime for one tank was just slightly longer because we have to wash it first. We were,
You have to backwash.
yeah, and
You're just gonna be running through the other one anyway.
what?
You're just gonna be running through the other one that's online already.
No, we got to wash it before we put it into another. We have to run through before we get it.
Can't run through the other
Make sure
tank.
it's underneath the arsenic limits.
Right, for that filter. But you're running through the second filter while you're.
Oh, yes, yes. We just put
Yeah.
an extra week's load on that we don't have to. It doesn't affect much.
Should be just running through the other one anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in theory.
Even after you put the other one online, I mean, you're still just running through that one first. So theoretically, it shouldn't make any difference.
Okay.
I just don't like the fact that you'd have to go through.
And, I mean, we can do the exploration of other medias in the next, if it works out the same, the next 2 to 3 years.
We're pretty much the first generation of having to do the media changeouts. So, I mean, do we want to be the test case for everybody else realizing what they can do and go do it, or let it? We do a changeout and let's see what the other towns are allowed to, it can't do, and the next one, in theory, would be a year and a half, 2 years down the road,
Right.
and just proceed from there.
I like that approach.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Do we have to actually vote?
No, not really.
If you're
It's
just
what
staying
they
the
want.
same.
It's just, yeah, it's just.
I just want
we got
the
more-
general feeling from the board.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to have to do work that was useless.
We got another test coming this week too, so we're gonna get a better idea where we're going as we go along. So things could possibly change.
Hydrant flow test.
It was on my report. I gave a recommendation. What I
Excuse me, you had more correspondence from Time Bond.
Oh, did we?
The email I sent out to you yesterday at the end of the day
Oh,
about the summary of the water service line regulatory.
Oh, yes, I did read through that. A lot of it didn't make much sense to me.
Yep.
Basically, in the next year and a half. So
Oh, that's the, okay.
So-
2027.
So basically 2 fiscal years, we have to explore 96
Service line.
Service.
services on our side.
Right.
And they're asking for the direction that we want to send them in and giving us a proposal for it, where they do, there's some certifications and stuff in engineering they would have to do. Or they manage the whole thing, and I get a very rough quote, and because I asked that, generally, because Time Bond is servicing a lot of towns that are our size. It's not the same infrastructure, but it can run anywhere from 120 to 175,000.
Okay.
So,
We're going to try to implement a plan to maybe do our own exploratories if we can for a little bit for what we can do. We're going to be shorthanded, but the more the better. But if not, we're going to start looking at some other options, vac trucks or some equipment of our own, just do some test digging and stuff. We got some time, so we got some time to plan.
So they want 175,000 for the engineers to do.
and that's with the vac, that's encompassing
Hire
them
a
with
sub to come out and do
the
that.
sub and having an observer and that. So the thought would be, if we ask them to do, what's the minimum that they truly have to do, and what can we encompass on our own? And so, in our mind, if it's 175,000 and they're going to cost us 40,000, for instance, they're just throwing it, there's no other basis for that number other than me picking it. That leaves 135,000 that we're going to spend to find maybe 1 or 2 galvanized pipes and having to replace, and we get nothing for that, nothing tangible. And then over the following 7 or 8 years after that, we have to reduce it. We have to go after another 10% every following year. That we'd have to go and pay another vac truck to come out. And the thought would be, how do we at least get that money tangible for us, some benefit? So either the vacuum trailer. Tried to contact another town. They haven't gotten back to me yet.
Small mini or something.
A mini or something that we can say, instead of just throwing money out there to satisfy the state.
Have somebody else to do it ourselves?
They did say that there are a couple of towns that are telling the state no, and they're going
Yeah, they're
to deal
actually
with
revolting against the state.
They're going
It's good.
to
Good
suffer
for
the
them.
repercussions in 2 years of whatever the state decides to make them do. But if we comply, at least if we had some sort of piece of equipment, machinery, or something, over the next 8 years, we can use that to mitigate it even more. Well, we just say, well, we got to go do 40 this year, and
How much is the vac truck?
Well, I would recommend the valve exercising trailer. that
yeah,
we bought,
yeah.
because it's got a small
vac-
Vector on it.
Yeah, a small trailer that has a lot more functions. Bob's familiar with it. Many more functions that we can use in town. And
It's the one that I
those-
saw up over there, right?
Yeah, it's a good
So,
sized trailer. It's
I
pretty.
think-
150,000, Bob, for that
The
one.
last time we talked, you were like
130, yeah.
So I would say 140, 145 now with everything else
And
that's
depending
happening.
on what you get. I mean,
Yeah.
I got the
You got all the bells and
top of the
whistles.
line GPS
Yeah.
on it, so you can pinpoint everything. And
But
you can do all your valve exercising, your hydrant exercising. You can vacuum. We've got a jackhammer with it, sump pump with it. So
the biggest
we
thing
have
is
a
at
main
least we
brake.
get something for our money that we have to spend. And granted, I think though we would have to go in front of capital.
For anything over 20 grand, yeah.
Anything over 20 grand, but it's unforeseen cost, but it's so we don't have to spend money and not getting anything else for it.
It's going to keep hounding us with other things
So
too.
when do we have to tangibly start doing this work in order to
It
satisfy
has
the
to be
state's
done.
deadline?
It has to be finished by November 1st of 2027.
Okay.
So we can start as early as we can. Will give us a head start, as long as we have tangible evidence that that's worth going in and doing it. We still have a little few things we want to try and explore on our own inside these houses.
How many do you have to do?
96, I think. 90.
96, and it has to all be on our side.
Yeah.
Well, I would Vector at the curb stops.
Yep.
That way you
Yeah,
get
that's what
both
we're doing.
sides. You
but-
got curbs that you need to fix.
Some, but the other thing is, it has to be a random draw of the your unknowns. And it can kind of sort of be an educated random draw, but it has to be random. So ideally, otherwise, certain areas, like it would be more likely in for instance, Jericho, just because the
that's the
timeline.
problem, all the tight spots with all the little small sidewalks and all that stuff.
What do they consider random?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Why that,
I
that
said
doesn't make
we can
sense.
get a hat, or I can get my old Dungeons and Dragons dice, and we can
Play
do this
bingo with
really
it?
well.
I don't know what. I don't know.
They can finally come into use in real world, but
This is unbelievable.
So we've got time.
We got
We've
some
got a
time.
little bit of time to explore.
as in we have time for the meetings, and/or at that point, when do the articles would have to be in?
Coming up in a week, next month, in a month,
Yeah,
end of this month.
probably, they haven't told us officially yet, but usually when it's quick, once they tell us, we have to have them in quickly.
Yeah,
That seems to be the way it's been
Town
lately.
meeting is in
It's May,
May,
yep.
28, I don't know.
end of May. It's the end of May. So are they probably gonna want them in by mid-April?
For what, articles?
Yeah.
I believe it's May 18th.
I would just get a placeholder for now.
Yeah, I was just going to say, placeholder something there.
Got the thing in a couple of weeks over at the DCU Center. There may be vendors
That's-
over there.
It's
I
not
gotta
great
be there
time.
with the truck.
Well, yeah, I think they want your truck for a demo, your trailer.
Okay.
It's fairly tight timing there, but like Bob said, a placeholder. Then we also still have to talk to the capital committee. I would hope that they'd be receptive of us not having to just randomly throw money into the wind just to satisfy the state versus having something that benefits us. So,
Can you do it all in-house with that truck?
what?
Can you do it all in-house with that truck?
I would think, all we have to do is go down to the curb stop and identify what type of piping it is.
It's gonna be a matter of workload, manpower, things like that.
Somebody just told me they had one of their guys go out by themselves. Was it you? No.
No.
Somebody who had.
But yeah, the theory is by yourself,
No.
somebody can.
One
change
person
out
went out there and did two of them.
Steve's,
Did
yeah,
two of them in the morning.
Two people can change out 2 in the morning. I mean, so if we're averaging 4 or 6 a week during good weather, or not, lack of a better term, downtime, you can, look, we have a couple free days and you get a couple weeks worth done there just in case anything else comes up.
Yeah.
And if you have to, we're getting tighter, then we just don't do we block off a week or 2 and then we just have to go at it.
Right.
If you're in good
Okay.
material, you can get 3 or 4 done a day.
Yeah, I would think. I mean,
See what we can pick out of and do, and pick the houses that we can easily, do those first, and the hard ones we can hold off a little bit and plan a little bit better for.
Well,
See how they.
get some more information for us. And
yeah.
anybody have any?
I would recommend that Mal exercise the trailer regardless of this problem.
Yeah.
We'll just use yours. What's your rental fee?
Okay.
That's all.
That's it?
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you on that. Sorry, George.
That's right. That's fine.
Oh, just to touch on that though, there is, if it is something that where the majority of the money that is going to engineers or that isn't just free money that we can use, there are SRF loans. There's 0% on this subject, and would be in tier 2 where we would be, I believe they put it in it's about 13% forgiveness. We're not the tier 1 where we get the highest, but it'd be tier, so.
And
That-
I asked if you could buy equipment through that, and they said no.
No, it says, they state it in the letter too.
Back to your, back to the recommended. I recommended the $300 per permit fee due to the potential unforeseen time and cost for water, for going out, dealing with discolored water calls, which could go all over town. It's not like it'll stay in one area. We get them, the slugs move. So that'll be up to the board if you want to approve that or change it or whatever, but I think that's a fair for us and fair for a customer.
How many of those do we do a year?
Maybe 2, 3 at the most right now, but it's hard to say. A lot of these new remodels are
Typically when
being
there's a
required to put
development or
sprinklers in,
something,
so that's going to add to that cost. Add to that
I think that's a good number.
Okay. Want to make a,
Yeah, I'll need a motion by the board to solidify it.
I'm just not sure if you can do that through a motion or if we tie it to when we do our rates and stuff. Because that's, with the, when you're changing fees and stuff, you might have to go through the public hearing process. So if we,
I don't,
if we agree to this, we're doing the rates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it at the
I
same
would tie this
time.
into the rates.
okay,
as
so we
well.
can, yeah, I mean, we can approve it next.
Yeah,
next
so
time.
I would recommend that we add that to when we do the fees.
nothing's coming down the pipeline right now, so.
Right,
Okay.
but I think just to cover our bases so someone can't contest that, that fee wasn't addressed.
Okay, annual report approval. I don't know if you have, the annual report came out a couple days ago. Soft copy, there's a hard copy in our stack here. Just, you know, I read through most of it on the computer, but seeing it in print, there's way too much here. 5 pages. If I remember right, these are only usually typically about 2 pages long.
A lot more than that.
I did note that there was some stuff that, some things that seemed to be probably extra information, stuff that didn't need to be reported, but I don't know what anybody else thinks.
There was some stuff in there that I thought we could strike just completely and eliminate it, but
It needs to be turned in, said sometime end of March.
I believe it's March, the end of March 30th or something like that. It has to be over to the
Okay.
corner office.
So,
I'm guessing the inspection is supposed to be both, not water reservoirs.
what's that?
Second page. The required monthly inspection of water reservoirs.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's supposed to be.
No, I had wanted to go through it and see if there was anything that could be cleaned up, but it just seems way too long.
Sorry. I have no idea. Sorry.
But I don't know how we want to deal with this. I know they don't print that many copies of it anymore. A lot of it's all online, but
How do you do your notification for the backflow testing?
Actually, Toomey goes out, when he calls and we're ready to do it, then we send out to him notices that we're gonna be going out with it.
Yeah, that's I do them, but you're supposed to report how many tests you do and all that stuff every year.
He has all that information we get from him when he finishes what he does and stuff.
Right, but how do you send out a flyer or anything to the customers? Or
Yes.
Yeah, customers get the,
Excuse me.
Because that's I add mine to the annual report just so.
yeah, it's on the
that
consumer
way-
confidence too, I think, we send that in.
does anybody want to take on proofing it? Yeah, not with a printed copy of it. I could probably go through it at work, but I don't know. I don't know what anybody else's thoughts are.
I can go through it if you want. Just grammatical. Do we want to reduce the length? Because I could look at,
I don't know. It just seems to be very wordy.
how long was last year's? Right?
A lot of things happening.
Use a smaller font.
I can, then Tom will complain that he can't read it.
Yeah.
Now, so,
I mean, I have time, like this week, next week, I can go through it if you want.
Okay. Anybody have a problem with that?
come see you, Justin, for any questions and comments.
Okay, all right. Electricity. That was you, wasn't it? Review of electricity for water and sewer? Is that,
So there's a series of things we're looking at.
Okay.
The solar credits are not necessarily all that beneficial to us financially, from what I can tell right now. It may be of benefit to the town as a whole, but to the water sewer department, doesn't provide a whole lot of value right now. We're buying electricity at almost the same rate that we're buying it, the commodity, and having National Grid deliver it, so we're just really taking it out of one pot and putting it in another, so it's not like there's a huge savings there.
No, but it's an awful lot of work for Jen.
Yeah, it's more vouchers that have to get signed. It's just,
Correct.
Have to.
I'm still going through some of that there to see what the outs are, but
Exact thing, yeah. I'll
doesn't
let
look
you
that
know tomorrow morning. I
promising.
have it setting up now. You can take it still tomorrow. Doesn't matter when I take
So
it.
this month was over
$40.
$2,000.
I know, they were
Split.
they're huge
So
bills.
it was like 5,000, so it was over 2,000 for each department.
Yeah. I don't know what the other departments in town are getting charged. That's the only way to look at this as a whole aggregate to see if there's any, but we're not getting a whole lot of benefit on our side here.
No, and I know the fire department gets solar credits, and it shows up on his National Grid bill. He doesn't have like we do,
Why are we,
It's how it was set up.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
the contract is,
The contract has language in it. Somebody set it up, and it was obviously not us. And decided which accounts in town would get which parts of that credit. We're just dealt with what we're dealt at the moment. So,
willing to bet we didn't get much of any of the benefit of the credits.
from what I can tell right now, financially, we did not. So, we're not.
That doesn't surprise me.
We're not necessarily losing money, but we're not saving any.
I feel like we're just,
All we're doing is we created another invoice.
Taking it out of one pocket and putting it in another.
You're paying Amoresco at, say, you know, I don't know these exact numbers, but say it's 13 cents, and we're buying electricity at 12.5 cents, so it's not a huge savings.
So you've,
Can we get out of it?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. There's the termination clauses in there, there's agreement clauses in there, so. we might have to be
if it's costing us the same amount, why are we going through the extra headache to process extra bills?
Right.
Who negotiated the contract? That's something that we pay for. And we work all the help.
Not at all. Well,
It needs further review.
okay.
But I can tell you right now, it's not the savings everybody thinks it is.
It wasn't a very well negotiated contract.
As far as I can tell, it's not.
Okay, well, keep,
Maybe we should keep that on the agenda for next month.
digging, yeah, keep it on the agenda, and then, you know, if we need to, we can bring it to a Monday night meeting. Rate increase discussion.
Okay, let's start with the easy one, the water, the smaller one. The last full, everything's based on the last full fiscal year I have of usage and data, which is fiscal year 2005. So by using those numbers and that usage, with all the little things that we have come in, and those are, I estimated those on the shorter side just because of the current environment. You don't know what's going on, so I want to be a little bit protective. At this point, it looks like we will return 170 into retained earnings, which was around the goal that we were needing for the future PFAS replacement. If it is at 500, we'll have enough in there to be able to fund it and not have to take a loan out for it or anything else and go into more debt. So at this time, not going to recommend any type of increase on the water side. On that same note is there was a discussion on that what we have for debt and how to the PFAS settlement money. after some discussion, and with Sarah, the accountant, and with Rich, is that if we're gonna do anything, it has to be through a warrant article, obviously. And also that we couldn't just take that $1 million and apply it to one of the bigger loans, because it'd have to get re-amortized and.
Yeah, no, it should
so-
just be use that money and pay as we go,
So-
whatever's due on the debt. It's 0% interest, why would we want to pay it early anyway?
So the ones that we could pay any of the payments we have coming on are 0% debt. My personal recommendation is we do have the temporary treatment loan that's still out there that was well 7 when we were outside, and the blending main. From the number it's not posted yet, but it's being posted, is that we'll have enough money if we wanted to. We just eliminate those 2 debts completely.
Those
Those are
interest-
at 4% and 5%. And we're probably making, Rich said, whatever we're making is probably like 3.5% on the money. So we gain a little bit there, but even if we lost 1% in say, while gaining, I feel better about paying off debt and not having on our books, which would, in theory, if we can do that this year, we could, it would remove about 150 or so on our debts due next fiscal year. I think that's it was designed, and the litigation was for our wells from DuPont and 3M were these two that settled. And it was for the damage to our wells because of their products. So it should, in theory, cover all the stipulations of what we can spend on the money for, and it gets rid of 2 of our debts. And we all know that we have some other bigger projects down the road that we may need to have room there if we're forced into it, and also we're in the middle of a sanitary survey. Well, we will have a sanitary survey this year, and you don't know what they could come up with and say they want us to fix. And it has never been cheap so far, so. And that would leave some of the settlement money in there, not a great amount, but also, again, that would free up the following year money to probably finish out the GAC replacement if it did hit that 500, because of however we have to dispose of it. That could be our
That's what I
biggest.
was gonna say, that's, obviously that should be applicable since it's PFAS.
Yeah.
Change out the media, so.
Yeah.
So,
So-
so you say, again, your recommendation is to pay off those interest debts.
The 2 interest debts, it would be.
And they are both PFAS related, so.
Those are the ones that were kind of jammed down our throat, so we could keep.
That's what we had
Fairly
to
Last minute,
because
you
of
know.
what we had to do.
We had to do, and
Until the
unfortunately,
plant was created.
we went into that extra, and we've been paying on it 1.5 or 1.7 million dollars. Before, we had to spend that so we get enough time to be able to build a treatment plant. So it pays us back for stuff. If
we
we
can
were
pay those
planned
off
out, we would never have had to.
We can pay those off in full.
Yes, there should be enough in there.
So that wouldn't be able to happen until after town meeting. So we'd have to find out what the payoff is
Well,
on those loans as of,
the payments
That date.
due on those loans that we have in this fiscal year are due on 6/30. So in theory, there won't be a lot of daily interest due to be able to get a payoff
Yep.
for them. And we should that shouldn't be hard to cover. So we would just ask for a final, basically, the final payoff.
what's the pleasure of the rest of the board?
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, that's truly covered under the warrant articles, so.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that does affect the budget. So you guys could, in all honesty, you could reduce the debt line item on the floor during the meeting, or it stays there, then it gets returned anyways, so.
Well, what's gonna go first, our budget or the?
Let's finish up
I don't
with
know
the budget, and then
I
we can
don't know
get,
their order in the
we can
meeting.
we can take care of that warrant article with the warrant article.
Well, we need that information as to decide on the budget, on the rates here.
We don't need to raise rates on the water, though.
We don't need to raise rates on the
If
water.
you-
What will end up happening is if we end up taking debt off, that bottom line
We'll go higher.
to retained will just be a little bit bigger.
So a couple questions though. When you did all your numbers and based off of 25, you were factoring collections, and we started collections, shut-offs and stuff, so.
I took none of those numbers into effect. These,
This
because
was-
I couldn't
This was
trust.
billed, not received?
Yes, my numbers for usage is the usage and what we should have received in that period. Because if you ever look at the revenues, you'll see 2022
Yeah.
usage.
The year
and, you
before
know,
carried forward, we got
and-
paid for the previous year.
So,
But I just didn't want to have an inflated revenue because we collected the year before
No.
and this year because we made efforts.
no, I do the revenue off of the usage of the full fiscal year that I can get my usage on.
And then, is our interest potentially going to go down because we've done all the collections and we don't have people with outstanding bills as far?
So I think you're still going to have
We'll have some interest.
some, but I
because-
think it will go down. Yes.
But even if that went down completely and wipe out that $10,000, that
because-
back to retained earnings would
We
decrease
cleaned up a lot
by.
of the liens and stuff on there, so I didn't account for that as one of the line items that we have coming in. So, in my opinion, this is a lot of the penalties and interest on the money that are out there. I mean, it's roughly at 1% of what we're billing out, so that makes sense. If people aren't paying, that we get the interest, but it kind of sort of answers the question if we're getting the interest or not. I mean, we have an interest.
Okay. So you're recommending no increase?
No increase on water.
Okay, what about, anybody else have any other questions? You have any more questions, Bob?
How are the connection fees if we, like, say the mill, for instance, how many units are they saying is supposed to go in there?
52, I think.
I thought it was a lot more than that.
I thought it was like 200 or something.
I don't,
Yeah, I thought it was like 180 or something.
thought-
Yeah, I thought there was well
I
over
don't
100.
know, I don't think so. I thought it was a lot less than that, 52, 50.
But how do we do the connection fees on that type building? How is the structure set up?
I don't know. We've never, so that wait, hold, please, let's see. Would that be,
It would be a multifamily, essentially.
How would it be metered? Each unit?
Each unit would have a separate metering system, probably the same way we
so
do some of these condos. that
unfortunately,
we have.
I'm not sure how you.
it's not broken down very well on our thing here. It's connection fee is $2,000 connection. It doesn't state what,
Well, it would be we'd charge them for the base of a new meter per unit at $650.
right,
And then
but,
I would infer that a 3/4 inch to a 1 inch connection is 2,000.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a central main pipe going into that
Right, that's
building
what I
with
mean.
branch offs
They've
of
got one
just
main line
piping.
going in.
Yeah,
Are they
that's-
gonna have one main master meter, but then do we have a fee like per unit?
I don't,
it doesn't
I
break
don't think
down
you have
like
anything in that type of setup.
It does
I don't know
not.
how they're gonna do that.
And,
We need to decide how we wanna structure that, so that's.
And this is new construction, so, right, no. Well, yes, no.
I can-
Renovation of an.
It's a completely different use, so.
It's new construction, so it'd be
new,
4% of the cost based on the building permit, because they will be pulling a building permit,
Right.
because it's new, it's considered new construction.
Right, but that's the,
But that doesn't,
that's
it
the other
doesn't.
fee, but I'm concerned about the connection fees
Yeah, if you
themselves.
look, you wanna pass that down, this is what we have for fees, it's not,
It's just something I'd be a little weary at. I know you said each unit would have their own meters, but if you do that, where's our mechanism to shut them off for non-payment?
right.
You can't shut off the main, you're shutting off 150 something units because one person doesn't pay their bill. Is it gonna be one master
may-
meter that we
So-
bill them and then they're responsible for that and water is included?
I don't know, I know how Wausau is, and I know how Wysocki
You'd
is.
have to have some kind of shut-off valve at this point where it goes off from the meter, before the meter of each unit. Something's on a small scale. Because that's what's gonna end up being, because there's gonna be all sorts of branch offs there, something to that effect. But, you know, that's.
Yeah, that's good, that's gonna be plumbing code.
Yeah.
So there's gonna,
But we just need to come up with how we
Where are
want
those
it.
meters gonna be located?
Right, where are you putting each meter? How do we have,
That's up-
we don't have any mechanism.
They would have to be in each unit. They were not gonna run.
well, we
they're not
don't
gonna
know how
run
the
100
contract, we haven't seen any plans or anything
No,
on
but
any
it's-
type of.
They're not gonna be able to run
Georgia-
100 home
Georgia and
runs.
Warsaw, they have a
Condos up
meter
there.
room for
Yes.
each
Yeah.
individual.
Yes.
So,
That's what they'll probably do,
That's
probably do.
small.
but
You
that's-
can have a meter room for 100.
yeah, I know, I mean. yeah.
180 meters in it.
But,
I don't know.
There's no plan, nobody's approached us.
Yeah,
on
we haven't
anything
seen
yet.
well, the other
anything.
issue is if the meters are gonna be in the units, and then if we didn't have a master meter, and there's a leak someplace in line, and then we never know about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them, that's a long stretch going up to, you know, you're talking floors, 3, 4, 5 floors there.
So how do we shut that one off?
Yeah, I mean, I know there's some new technology out there that you can do it with meters. They have valves built into the meters and you can do it.
A locking valve or something that you can,
No,
You
it's-
just- you do it
It's a
remotely.
solenoid valve within,
solenoid-
inside the meter.
You do it remotely, yeah. Kinda
But,
like
I
shutting
mean,
the key card off.
shut everybody off, oops.
But I mean, I think we need to look at it. I know we don't have anything like this that we've come across before, but
Should be prepared for
we
it.
should look at it and figure out how we're gonna,
What do you guys have at the
Handle it,
Heritage
deal
in
with it.
Douglas there, the condos, the mill that, on
yeah, Schuster Building there,
Yeah.
Haywood Landing.
Haywood Landing, yeah.
Yeah, we just have one meter, they pay for it, 'cause it's all rental units.
So do you want to continue, like, put it on the agenda so that it's something that you?
Yeah, we should,
Yeah, well, that's something that's gonna have to be
Okay.
considered. That's not,
just so we can think
But I
about.
think we're stuck if we don't know how they're gonna build it.
Well, we can look at every scenario that they can come up with, and then we'll come up with how we want it. I mean,
How we
this
wanna
isn't
do it.
just for the mill, it's,
Yeah.
I've run
Any-
into it
any
on
kind
some
of a
mine where
large-
They built condos, and there's like 6 units per building, and they put one main going in, and then they have the meters for each one, so we only have one shut-off valve, we can't shut them off if they don't pay. So I don't wanna run into that here.
no.
So if it, I mean, it would be a better scenario for us if, I mean, those supposed to be rental units, or are they selling them off as like condos?
I think they're
Rental, as far as I know.
Market rate.
rental? I thought they were
I
thought
thought
they
they were
were
rental.
market rate.
I don't know.
Yeah, they were
I thought they were
discussing
like
whether
for
they're
sale for
market rate
condo,
or.
yeah.
yeah,
It might be a
so-
combination of, I'm not, I hear all sorts of stories over there, and I
I
just
know, I
don't know
haven't,
what they
we haven't heard.
mean. I don't know when he thinks he's gonna come see us.
We'll have to start giving it some thought.
Yeah,
But
but
what
just, I'd rather have something
different-
in place before.
Different options are and move on that. Okay. So the water budget,
What was that?
a recommendation of 0 increase.
Yep.
Okay. That's easy to deal with.
Okay, the sewer budget. As you guys know, last year, we cut it drastically and still had to raise rates. This year, when we did the budget, you guys voted there were 3 separate line items. It was, I basically, I believe it was capital and the safety that you said you were gonna fund out of retained earnings. So you're already committed to funding part of this budget for $360,000 out of retained earnings. That still leaves a shortfall of roughly $247,000.
What's left in retained earnings?
What?
What's left in retained earnings?
We'll be left with about 600-ish. I would be more comfortable saying probably about 500 in retained earnings.
Okay.
If we were, and nobody panic out there, if we were to raise rates to get to that point, what we need, you're looking at a roughly almost 16% increase. Raise rates, or if you just raised it on the usage, you'd be around 28%. That said is, we send out 8,400 bills a year. That's, we're 2,100 plus customers. 180 of those bills, 2% of them account for 25% of our usage. My proposal is to put another tier in at 7,100 cubic feet, and that tier will pay 1479.
That's in the,
That would cover the difference, because we don't have the ability in this town, or basically to set out a commercial, industrial rates or whatever. Because there's larger 6 families that hit this mark, and there's a couple 10 family units that hit this mark. There's obviously Gentex and there's Nichols. There's some businesses. But this also, I've been exploring and looking at everybody's bills and seeing who actually gets hit. This, in theory, or shouldn't hit the smaller 3 families that could be an owner occupied, and they just have two rentals to be able to, so they live in a better life. And that would cover our shortfall. That would bring in roughly 250-ish thousand, and then in theory, there's gonna be just a couple $1,000s going back to retained earnings at the end of the year.
So that's not doing an increase on the lower tier?
No. While I have empathy for everybody we're gonna hit, I don't think it's fair that 2% of our customer population or units are 25% of our usage. And raising it to that amount roughly pays it, because I don't know your numbers yet from the true up, roughly pays near their fair share of what they're sending over to Webster. And in theory, if that motivates them to reduce, we won't get that income, obviously, but also that's less that's going over to Webster, causing INIs, SSOs rather, in our volume. Because as you can see, the only thing we could possibly cut on there is the metering and the operational expenses. And the operational expenses are down $15,000 from last year, and we're pretty tight right now with our budget.
yeah, we cut it pretty drastically last year.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should probably do a small increase on the lower tier as well. Just, in theory, it's a 2% increase on all of our costs going up every year. And I don't know what do we end up with for an increase going Webster?
What do you mean?
20%.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Our cost of Webster went up like
Oh, yeah.
20%. So,
Right.
It's not logically, those costs have to go up for those customers.
Okay, so
And
next month we have the public hearing, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
which is why we need to make decisions. So.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's unreasonable to raise 2% on the sewer for those customers, all the customers, and then
And the tier.
add the tier.
Can you draw up a sheet like 1%, 2%, 3%?
Sure. Yeah, if you look on that one,
Yeah.
it says 2%.
So a 2% on the base, is that what you're saying?
It would be 31,000.
Would increase by so it would cut 31,000 off of that.
So theoretically, if you go by your numbers, if you took, it wouldn't cut off, but
But it would,
if you add the 2% to the base fee for the 31,000, you
Yep.
said this would generate 252. That puts you at 283, and you said we were 297 shortfall. So that
No,
gets us closer to the
our
number.
246.
Our 246 shortfall.
That's the red number in the green box.
Oh, I wrote it down as you were saying. I thought I heard.
But that said, is we do have all the INI and everything else we're going after.
Right.
And with taking money out of the retained, if we're not putting something back,
I know.
Right, and that's
we're in a little bit.
and that was part of my next argument was that if you go across the bottom, say you added $30,000 into your I&I investigation, And you could clean up a lot of the I&I. I mean, I've been saying at every meeting that I think money's much better spent knocking down the I&I to get us, so we're just sending to Webster what we should be sending to Webster, because that's a huge cost.
Well, we have the grant for 250 or 225? 250 this year for
And it's already
exploring and
being-
finding it.
That's gonna be pretty much used up for all the I&I and flow meters we're gonna be doing and that's just a start.
Right, that's just
And then in
the
in the budget, you guys put another $300,000 line item to fix anything that we can find. So,
Right, but we need to start recouping that money, and then I think, you're gonna do the 250, but we know how the engineers are. It's not gonna get anything near done what we wanna get done.
So any one of these rates, any one of these increases, up 1% to 5%, will take that amount off of the amount that would be made up by that higher tier. Or put into retained earnings.
well,
Which I think you have a lot of money we need to spend
Right.
on sewer over the next 10 years. It's gonna be just like the water at this point.
if we don't start saving,
I know.
or being ready to change things, we're just saving money on oil changes, waiting for engines to blow.
Right.
So, I mean, it is responsible, but I'll be perfectly honest. I like to give you guys a level budget and try to get you there, and then anything else more, because I end up being the face of it out on the streets.
Poster child.
So,
All right.
Yeah, I don't think anybody here wants to see rate increases.
No.
But
Especially,
We don't want to, but all our costs go up.
Oh, yeah.
We've been in all the meetings with
and
Webster.
the sewer costs are going up
and that's why
exponentially.
I really looked at that other tier, because I think it was unfair,
I think it's time to tier the sewer.
unfortunately. But in Worcester and a lot of the other bigger cities, the residents pay a discounted rate versus the commercial, it's so massive in Worcester and Lowell and everything else. We don't have that infrastructure. I mean,
what's
I mean,
Webster doing?
They're looking at 10 to 15% increases. Their bills are going through the roof.
We just looked at one of the projects, $10 million.
Right.
We're gonna be on the hook for
17 to 20% of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think the more money we can put at I&I think that will return dividends
Right.
to help us in the future save money across the board.
Sure. Okay, so there's no real action to take tonight.
Nope.
We have to have the public hearing. But, sorry.
Do we have
Sorry,
numbers that we're proposing to put out for the public hearing?
I'm so sorry.
When do we have to have numbers for,
The night of the public hearing,
that's when we decide what we're.
Yep. after you'll hear any public's input,
Comments, yeah.
and then
Then we
that's
make a
when you
decision.
make your
Yeah.
decision.
We don't want to put out ahead of time to,
That's what I mean, send out.
We
a
won't have-
petition so they-
Well,
You hear their concerns and then you base your decisions and.
Yeah, but
how do they know?
what are the concerns gonna be if they don't know what we're looking at?
Usually what I put out is that there'll be, it's to discuss increases on the rates for the water and sewer department.
Yeah, I know, but if I read that, I'd be like, well, what are you proposing? I mean, if you told me you were gonna level fund, I wouldn't care, I wouldn't come to the meeting.
Right.
If you're gonna tell me it's a 50% increase, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna be at the meeting, I wanna know what's going on.
I mean, I can put whatever you want.
I'm thinking we should put out, because we're not recommending a rate increase on water. So people should know that. I don't know how we say that,
But,
but
yeah, I'll put that, as it stand, something to the effect of water
water's level funded.
water rates will stay the same, and sewer
No
rates.
proposed increase on water rates.
Yeah, no proposed increase on water.
So one other question
Sewer.
on the sewer, and we propose these increases, how many do we have that are like just a straight bill? That we don't-
that's the last thing I
No,
want to do.
purple
is
block.
There's probably only, 6 to 10 left, not
Yeah.
even. And I personally, I'd rather them metered.
Me too. I mean, that was-
And so that is currently at $650. My recommendation is going to $1,300. It'll be cheaper for them to go have the plumber go in and put the meter in.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
And also, on that same note, well, because I'll forget later on, is that we've had some difficulty getting into some of the sewer-only houses to change out meters. I'm probably gonna look at ask for a policy, or recommend a policy, that if they refuse so many times, that they're just put onto the flat rate until they comply. We don't have to shut them off, we can't shut them off for anything else, but then we don't know what's coming in, it's just a flat rate.
You mean houses that the meter's not working, so you
Correct.
can't get it out?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, we just went through that today. We're doing our billing. I jack up their bill estimate and then.
I
They
do.
can come in and
I
dispute
do,
it, or,
and they just keep paying it.
well, if they pay it,
All right,
it's good revenue.
that's fine.
Just
They keep
going
paying
up.
You will.
So I have 3 of
Okay.
them that I know of.
So we're proposing creating a split rate on the sewer,
A tiered rate.
a tiered rate.
A high use rate, I would terminate it.
Tiered rate, yeah.
Yeah, I would use it as a high use.
Because that's gonna affect, that second tier, it's not gonna affect, like you said.
It's not gonna affect most people.
98% of the people are not gonna see it.
Right.
I mean, I ran off
Single-family
some
home
6
is not gonna
families,
see
and
that.
it didn't touch the 6 families.
Oddly, I did find one house that is a home daycare that is in the top 20. They're just ripping through. And where it's at, it was, my issue on it personally is that it was designed and permitted for a 3 to 4 bedroom house, and they're doing the volume of 8 houses. You mean, and it's in an I&I, I mean, one of our areas that we can't build in right now, and
About
it,
the yeah.
so,
They got a leak? Is it-
no, it's consistent for 4 quarters, over 10,000 cubic feet.
They might have a consistent leak.
They might have a leak, they're just,
I haven't
They're
had
just
this
not-
for a year.
Somebody uses it a lot.
But
They're paying the bill,
Well,
right?
they got green lawns.
Does that have a?
no, because that's
Neptune
water,
meter
that's
you can
water
interrogate
use, so
and
that
see if
water's
they're
gotta be
using it
going
right?
somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't, I don't.
And that's
that one
after
I
the-
don't think
that's
so.
after the
No,
meter,
because we
so it's
haven't-
inside the
Those were
house.
some of the last ones that we did, so I don't know if that one has to be changed out,
I'm sorry?
at that daycare.
With
I
the
don't know
use
if
that
they-
high, I would almost say you'd want to put a Neptune meter in there that has that you can interrogate to find out if it's, you know, a potential, I mean, if it's a
Yeah.
daycare, they shouldn't be using water at 2 in the morning. It should,
Right, I can see.
you should see that there's no
There's data
flow
log,
going.
yeah. I love that.
Steady flow, then you can let somebody know.
It's so good. Makes people so happy when they see that.
Yeah, get it before they.
I know, I mentioned it to one person that owns multifamilies in town, and he said he's all for it. He'd love the ability to have access.
That, down the road, in all on it,
Yeah,
and
he's all
we have
for
to figure out
that.
how we could implement it with
Yeah.
our billing system. There are cellular
Yeah.
meters that people can log in and they can get alerts from and everything else, but there's a $10
There's a fee.
a
There's a
fee. So there's a fee. And I know the businesses would like that, but if I just change out a meter that we spent $650 on, how would we, the charge on that?
Yeah.
And the extra service
it.
charge and having to set up the fee structure, I mean, so.
So, no, they were all for it, but
So am
it's in the
I,
future.
am I putting the price, like, 7,100 cubic feet at 1479 in this, or am I in the public hearing notice, or am I just proposing a tiered rate on sewer high usage?
I think if we have the information here, if we're good and that's the route we want to go, if we think we want to do the tiered with that rate.
Jesus.
2% or
A,
We put it out as
Was
a
it proposed?
proposed,
put it out
this
as
is
Proposed,
proposed.
yeah.
2%.
You can put out the basic.
2% on tier one,
We
and
want to
And
say,
just the new rate for the.
we want to get locked in at 2, or say
It's just,
2 to 4%.
It's just a proposal.
it says proposed
It's proposed.
Proposed,
2%.
I
You can
understand.
change it at any time.
I mean, because we still potentially have the numbers from Rich coming in. Like, we got in retirement, which was a little bit higher than normal. I'm in the IIC meetings. Looks like the health insurance may not hit that 25%, so we're gonna be safe there. So the plus minus there, and anything, the usual plus minus, even if it's a couple $1,000s, we've just taken on in operating expenses instead of having to redo a budget, so.
So, okay, so, yeah, Yeah, I know that if we say a proposed 2%, and then if something changes between now and then, and we end up having to raise it 4%,
What if-
I know there are people that are gonna squawk.
What can you think of right now that
I
would make us
don't
change our
know.
mind?
I don't know. A raise in indirects that, that's outlandish. I mean, it could be anything, who knows?
Still say
The way things go.
indirect should have been cut
Percent
in
sure, I'm
Yeah.
thinking of one of two.
So, I 2% and then,
2% on the base rate for tier one, although that 2% on the base is across the board, right?
That's across the board.
So
but
2%,
everybody gets that.
so 2% increase, and then the tiered structure for the second tier, starting at 7,100 cubic feet at a rate of 1479.
Are we better off putting the increase on the base rate or on the usage rate?
Usage.
So you have it listed
Because
here
we're
as
hitting
base.
the high commercial, industrial, large
Oh, so
residences.
you put the 2% on both.
Yes.
Oh,
The,
okay.
it's a 2%.
the 2%, yes, over here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
2% on the base and the rate.
Okay, yep, all right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, see that now. And then you probably want to throw in there the flat rate going to 1,300 from 650 or whatever it was.
Yes. 650. It was 16.
Six-
6.
650.
Yeah, double.
So 100% increase on the base, on the flat rate.
Okay,
Because God forbid one of those they should be in that high tier.
Right.
It's,
what, is there any other questions on this? Like I said, no decision to be made tonight, but thank you for putting the time in to crunch all these numbers.
that's it for me.
So the budget was basically left on there.
What was it?
I left the line item of the.
Oh, budget review? Yeah.
The fiscal year 2027, just so that in case we got new numbers or anything, you'd be able
Yeah,
to go over it.
Nothing's changed.
the retirement numbers came in, and they were slightly higher.
Still make changes to it?
What?
So can we still make changes to it?
No, because you weren't here, this is the meeting you weren't here for. They
Yeah, I
voted
missed
that
it.
those numbers were to be given by Rich. So you guys wouldn't have to come in and vote every single time or in the last minute.
Unless something comes in
Were you
crazy.
specific on those, the retirement and the?
Yeah, retirement, Medicare, group,
FICA.
He put a escalator on it, but the numbers, the actual numbers are still gotta be provided.
yeah. Insurance, retirement,
I was just looking for.
group health insurance, and Medicare.
Right. Okay, warrant articles.
I gave you the list of 4 possible, but there's also in the 5th one now too.
Okay, so the sewer and water from retained earnings, you've got those numbers in your budget?
Yes,
Sewer, what are we looking at? There's 350 from sewer. right?
360.
360. Okay. Water, we're not taking anything from water for the budget, are we?
No, because you'd have to do separate, there shouldn't be any,
I thought there was.
no,
There was
because
something, wasn't it?
our rates and our revenues covering it.
It's off page of this for me.
We just have to make sure that anything that needs to be encumbered gets encumbered.
We got the truck on the warrant article for the water. Don't forget that.
What truck?
Truck.
The new truck with the utility body that I had presented a couple months back.
Oh, yeah.
That's for around 78,000, somewhere in there, so it'll be
So
higher
you
than that.
guys never voted on that.
Yeah.
You'd have to vote on that because I have no vote.
Is that on, well, can we vote on it? It's not on our,
It's not on
You can do it on the next agenda. It's not a rush.
okay.
Well, it'd be for a warrant article.
Yes, but it would.
And you have it as old business.
Yeah.
You mean,
So there's nothing on the water side? I don't know
Nothing
why I
for
thought
water.
there was.
Nothing coming from water retained earnings, I don't believe.
not for the budget. And the reason on the budget is if we went over and we had to do rates, then we would have I would have excluded the capital and the safety from the rates, and we would have brought that in from retained earnings. Our revenue, projected revenue covers the difference, so we don't have to move any of the money, because you're just turning it over for no reason at all.
So do we want to consider, I mean, based on your timeline of getting your lead service line stuff done,
That's gonna be, that,
you need to do something this next year, though.
We need to start.
You need to start this fiscal year.
yes, which would be a separate warrant article.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We need to add a
No,
warrant.
No, I was,
article.
because she asked why, for the water, for the budget, we don't need a.
This is for the budget. Number 2 is just for the budget.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah, we don't have to fund any of the
Go ahead.
budget through a warrant article.
George, for our next meeting, can you get us a list of the vehicles, mileage, conditions of them that we have now?
Well, 2 of them may end up going, so, but I'll get you what they
Give
are.
us a list of everything we own, with the mileage, condition, just so we have comparables.
Yep.
I was thinking.
Okay, so for we're not taking any money out of the water retained earnings for the budget.
For the budget.
Okay, so that's 0. PFAS settlement money. So what's the amount we were talking about?
For
Pay off those.
To pay off those
the
2 mortgages,
interest
those 2
loans.
the 2 loans, and this is extremely rough math, because I just took off the principal off
Right.
we paid. It's 472 and 605. So we're just under 1.1 balance.
And we're gonna have that much?
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought they were supposed to spread that out over
1.27.
multiple years.
What was that?
Well, they
It's
didn't, okay.
1.77. No, you're right, never mind.
From that.
1.0.
Yeah.
It'll be almost all of it. There'll be, might be a little bit left. Okay, so,
You need a placeholder warrant article to,
okay, for the P5.
there's probably still some legwork on our end, making sure that's how, and just so we don't get an argument on the floor. So everybody's at least aware of how and what we're doing.
Okay. So, all right, so we're basically going to spend that completely. Pretty close.
Yes.
There'll still be some left.
What?
There'll still be some
some
left.
left.
but
There'll be
not
some left. I
Go
don't,
towards the media change out in the next
Yeah.
round.
much. Yeah. Okay, and then LSL funding. Lead service line funding. That's what you were talking about earlier about whether or not we spend it on getting the
otherwise,
engineers to do everything, or we buy a piece of equipment. and do
if
it
we're paying the engineers, why not take the SRF loan, just, not even because it's 0%, because you get the forgiveness,
Yeah.
so you spend less, and you
Yeah.
get some return on it. If there's a big disparity on what they, of what we actually are just spending out of our pocket for nothing, where we can get, so that's where most of the legwork is right now. We're not in the greatest timeline, a little bit of a time crunch to be able to get the numbers in, but it'd be a placeholder to either do an SRF loan and/or if we can buy a piece of equipment and we do it ourselves in-house. Or it was something tangible for the money that we have to spend. It kills me that we'd have to spend,
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Either way, you're gonna spend this money, you might as well get something. for
Yes.
it.
If we get something out of it. Of course, purchasing that is not, I remember reading that we can't take the SRF.
You can't take the
And
SRF.
buy the trailer with it.
No, I asked that question in the meeting.
Unfortunately, that's not allowed. Okay, and then what was number 5?
Number 5 is going to be because of your upcoming budget, your upcoming sewer budget,
Yeah,
the current sewer budget. You should look at your current sewer budget. You're about.
oh,
30
yes,
You're 30, well, your operating expenses is almost $20,000, and your electricals, you're almost at $30,000 over budget. But you do have your engineering line item for $30,000, which will cover that, but then we don't have anything else. You cannot buy another thing because I have no more money.
The 30,000 over, is that because we lumped in the gas and the electric together?
The electric isn't the 30,000 over. The electric's only about, bear with me, I'm sorry.
Sewer budget, electric,
Electric is 7,000, operating expenses is 18, almost 19,000. And the meter, I'm over almost 2,000 on metering, because we had used that for some of the mission.
this is the,
You know, mad at all about that?
this is the,
Yeah.
this is the budget request, this isn't the
I
current
don't,
budget.
it's not my,
Current
but
budget's
it's
here.
the radio signal's degraded. So he's
Current
sending somebody out
budget's
to
here.
figure it out.
Okay, so
Assessment.
we still have
Losing communications.
Communications, they
It
keep
just,
getting
it's,
alarms all
it's,
the time. People-
sewer,
no,
electric.
on the water.
Yeah, we're already 7,000 over.
Right, so you'll be probably about 10,000
Kinda
by
move on
the
it,
end
too,
of the
'cause I don't
year,
wanna
at least
start
10,000
Delaying that.
over. And your operating expenses, you're already at 19,000 over.
You know what's driving that? I mean, I know we cut that line.
The Peters,
Patterson.
Patterson.
Patterson Ave was a major problem.
That's for the current budget, right?
Yep.
And we have money under the engineering that we didn't use?
Yeah, we have, so far,
30, I think.
31,000 under engineering, and then I have 10,000 under safety.
So 41, so you cover the difference right now.
Correct, but I'm not gonna be able to cover much more. And that's, I mean, I really,
Well, the operating shouldn't be that much more, right?
the operating expenses,
Depends on if the pump station goes down or not.
they're gonna be,
When
they're gonna be
incident
buying, they buy, what did they buy, the stuff that they.
Chemicals for the.
Chemicals,
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, that's.
You know,
a-
that, they're still gonna buy chemicals, they still have to buy,
I know now, we have someone who's out on comp, correct?
Yes.
So that's not, that doesn't come off of that line item.
No, you can't, because
No.
it's a
But
payroll with
because,
him
yeah, you
anticipate
can't move
anticipate
payroll, I
coming
know,
back,
but
you can't move it.
there's that
No,
money
we're
will be in
saving
it.
on that currently.
yes.
Current. For-
But I, you know, they still have March, April, May, and June, they
Yes.
have 4 months to buy things.
Right,
They're gonna need things during the 4 months,
sure.
Yeah, nothing will break between now and then. so-
right? And they're not gonna run out of chemicals or, well, they won't run out of toilet paper, we know that.
Come see me. I didn't cancel an order and I've got like 4 cases of toilet paper at the house.
You'll see it.
Buy them on
you'll see a truck
Amazon,
by
automatic
tomorrow.
delivery, and they just kept coming. It's, wow, I thought I had,
So-
I didn't cancel it.
We're gonna need more money, sorry.
Okay, yep.
There's no way I can
So we
make
need
it,
an article for a special
we need
to
to,
transfer within this year.
correct. But I don't know how much you wanna transfer, that's your call, I just know that, you know, if it was June, maybe we could swing it, but this is March, there's no way.
So we're currently out of balance by,
Roughly 31,000, somewhere in that. I just am rounding up, so,
And you got roughly 41,000 in unspent lines here
right.
that to play with, so.
Did we use well,
so
they changed the name of
I'm
it,
saying
the
we probably
inspection
want to look at
repairs?
50,000.
We still have that, but I'm gonna use that for anything, yeah, so.
We're over on line items, but we're not.
What do we still have in
We're
retained
over in
earnings?
total budget.
I'm thinking about 50,000
Probably get us through.
to
As
get
long as
through the
anything
rest of
major
the-
happens, but I don't see anything major. We got everything under control right now, so 50 wouldn't be that bad.
That's the 30,000 that we're out,
Yeah, I guess we
plus a
could,
little bit more.
we could probably get through
Yeah,
with
if
50.
we have the 30,000, we don't need it by the 50.
Providing we don't spend any engineering,
We don't spend any money at all on anything for the next 4 months.
yeah, it has to be like, you know,
Emergency only.
yeah, like,
But, I mean, and actually, we're not gonna even
Chemicals,
get it
yes,
until,
you know,
we're not even
that's-
gonna get it into the budget until after that, so we're gonna be deficit spending.
Well, you can't deficit spend.
we're not gonna be deficit spending yet, because I
was
still
gonna
have,
say,
the
I mean, there's money there.
I still have
Just gotta move a
10,000.
few things, but then if you wanted,
We don't have to move anything. Your line items you vote on are salaries and expenses and debt, that's it. As long as we cover overall with the expenses,
So I have roughly 30, with the I&I, which is 20,000. And then the 10,000 we'll say in safety.
Is 30.
That's 30 what I'll have roughly $30,000 from here till June. July 1st, June 30th.
And we're not anticipating any engineering expenses, correct? Unless something,
So, I mean, whatever engineering stuff we have going
That's
on.
I stuff right
It's
now.
the grant,
That's
though,
that's
right?
on that
It's under
grant.
the
That's through
grant.
the grant,
Right,
which,
so I would say we just avoid doing any engineering stuff. So that gets you 31 right there.
so that covers where we are.
Right. But then,
Is there anything that can be done with any of that money that's in those
No,
capital line items?
no, they were just done, we just did those last year.
Okay. There's a lot of money in them.
what do you mean there's a lot of money in that?
So you're looking at 22, 37, about $50,000, 51,000.
Oh, on the capital project?
Yeah, capital
You can't move from capital into.
capital project.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
Can't move. That's why
Yeah.
the capital, so that they're.
Yeah, that's
specific
right.
for those projects.
They have to be, yeah, okay, never mind. Tired.
My electric, I would say, is gonna run an additional, so 4 months, probably an additional $5,000.
So on line items that were under, like debt service, why we only paid 10% of that?
It's when the payments are due,
I'm sure they'll be coming.
yeah. I don't have those on me, I don't think.
Okay, so
About September buyback.
what would you say that we're gonna need to put?
At the end of the year, you can sell back half your unused accrued sick time.
So how much would
It's forced at a
we
certain
need to
point.
move? Well, we need, we don't have to come up with a number yet. But whenever these warrant articles have to go in,
Yeah, I would put a placeholder for it, just no number yet.
Okay, that's why I have it, just to give you
Okay.
guys. And I'll,
and you'll work on the wording of all of these articles?
sure, yep, I'll have most of them.
I like the way it's written here.
You like that?
Yeah.
I just was, that was my, like,
Put that on the town floor.
I was making it short and sweet, to the
And
point.
any other action relative there too?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll get the proper.
Budget,
So then, you're, just as a placeholder, are you gonna need a warrant article for the truck?
we need to find out, what,
I have a figure
like, we haven't
coming
voted
from-
on any kind, on purchasing any kind of a vehicle.
Get the information first.
It was, we talked about it, but there was never a vote.
Okay, I'll just mark her. Thank you.
That'll be on the next agenda anyway.
Okay. Budget review? How's the collection? You're in another round of collection, right?
Yes, we are. So we sent out 202 letters, collection letters, yeah, it was, and they were, I would say there were maybe only about 20 repeat offenders. The majority of them are all new names to me.
Okay, that's what the system is catching up.
Yep, which
Catching
is,
up
which
to
is
the-
what you would expect.
Catching up to the new stuff.
And the letters hit, I don't know, let's just say they hit like on a Friday. That following week, it was, this week has been just everybody's coming in and paying or contacting and saying, can I pay this, this, and that? Can I do this? Can I do that? So it's been very good response. So the 23rd of March is the 30 days. So that's when we'll have a new list of when we go out to tag. So hopefully that list will be less. But, yeah, we're doing good.
Okay. And the budget, water. That code red. That's, okay, so he's taking everything except for 50 cents.
Yeah, I bet you-
No, actually, that's minus 50 cents, so he took 50 cents more than he was supposed to.
No, there's still, it should have been. Oh, yep, you're right. He took 50 cents more. That was probably us estimating and not getting.
Yeah.
It's pretty good for $1.
That's Brian.
Okay,
It seemed better.
so, and we should be at 65%-ish.
50 cents.
Water looks like it's in pretty good shape, 73. Electric is high. And again, we should be saving money on electricity, not,
Actually, the water's in much better shape because I'm just looking at the debts that already been taken out of it. You're already at 82% of the debt paid for the year on the debt schedules.
Yeah.
So whatever that 62 is really probably in the 50s, 55, 56.
86% of the debt.
Just so you know, you should round up, you should never use cents in a budget.
What?
So you should round up, you shouldn't use cents in a budget, you would have caught that 50 cents.
no, that's what he took.
Just saying, all our budget stuff though, he's got 53 cents, 90 cents.
Group health insurance, .42.
You always round up on a budget.
Yeah. Okay, any questions on water? Sewer. We've already kind of this up.
Missed the, you had a meeting with this, the stipends? That was voted on?
Nah, no stipends.
Okay. Just want to put it out there that
Oh, I know.
we're doing this, we can get this in our hearts.
Any questions on sewer budget? Obviously, you've got to pretty much curtail excess spending for
All spending.
the next couple of months.
Guess we'll have to do layoffs.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, we got that anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay,
I'm agreeable.
all right, what, and then, okay, those capital lines are,
We're not even going there right now. I can't even get, the accounting office is so on the budget and everything
okay, all right,
that they have to wait to talk to the auditors, and so that'll probably be in August.
okay.
It's not gonna happen now. To see if there's anything we can do with, sometimes every.
Do we have the article still for the money that we still have to, remember they didn't voted it down from the last meeting, that we couldn't, pay our bills?
the-
How does that work? How we,
We just told the vendors they can't have any money.
yeah,
What was that, what's that?
money from last
They-
town
Town
meeting
meeting
that didn't
voted down
approve
prior
our,
bills.
our bills that were left over that had
Oh,
to be-
the unpaid bills.
Unpaid
yeah.
bills, that's it, yeah. We have to put in
Prior
another
bills.
request for,
Voted them all.
I'm just talking with the accounting office
All
and
right.
to see what we're gonna do about that.
Yeah, they lumped them all together. Yeah, at least this meeting, it won't be a 90-10, it'll be 70-30. So 2/3.
Try to
A
make
special
sure-
town meeting, it
Try
has
to
to
make
be
sure we catch all
90%.
the bills and we don't have prior year bills. That way we don't have to worry
Basically,
about
I need to know, like,
it. People order things.
right, I need to know what is ordered. Basically, from June 1st on, if you order or buy something, you have to tell me.
Should be May, because
Fine, I agree with you, because it's hard, like, because it can take,
some people don't bill right away. so-
no, it can take 30 to 45 days before I get a bill, and that's pushing me, and I need to have all of them in by like the second week in July. So I would say,
So any ordering needs to be,
Any money that needs to be encumbered needs to be,
so
not even encumbered, anybody orders anything, if you go to Vandy or you go to
you gotta let me know.
Granger or anything.
So I can
if
track
you order
it.
anything, you gotta let her know so she can have it on
By, yeah, from May 1st on, I would say.
Then the motion?
we'll just,
What do you want to do?
Do we need a motion on
No, just,
No,
that should be standard every year.
that should be. Webster True Up, IMA, True Up, this is the time of year for True Up anyways. True Up is in the fall. But we did have a meeting another meeting about, well, we had the capital meeting. It looks like about right around $100,000 of meter replacement that they're gonna be doing. That's the only capital that's gonna hit the budget this year. Although there's a potential for $10 million for drying, taking care of the sludge. Turning the liquid sludge into cake. And that's also very volatile for being able to get rid of the liquid waste. The place that they bring it to in Rhode Island could at any time say, we can't take it anymore. And that's gonna cause a real budgetary problem over there, which is gonna affect us.
Yeah, we're gonna see at least a 50% increase in the disposal.
And the IMA meetings, we did it, Tom and I were at a meeting with them last month, and that's still moving at a snail's pace. That's long-term, that's, updating the IMA. We're at the point now of looking, we went through all the easy stuff, and now we're just looking at the numbers. Looking at the capital and, capital and capital at flow rate stuff. All right. Any questions on that? All right. Superintendent's report.
I'll start with sewer real quick. Batterson Ave is working fine now, except for one problem. There's a lot of corrosion in there, and the electrician went down there. We cannot operate the generator for backup power, which we really don't, we've never really did anyway, but you're only talking 13 houses, but it's $8,500 to fix all that, and right now we don't have that money, and it's not really needed, and it's gonna get revamped next year anyway. So what we've done now is kept us alive for quite a while, I think. And if it ever came to that for an extended period of time, we could have a pump-up truck come and pump it out like we did before. So that's the thing there. You've got the upcoming INI stuff ready to go for the springtime. We've already coordinated with that. We know where we're gonna put flow meters and stuff.
Should be wet.
It should be getting wet, yeah. On the water side, I just want to thank Luke and Timmy, who assisted me, which allowed Brian to do his thing. They did 300 some odd hydrants to clear them out, which wasn't no easy task, especially on West Main Street. And others, we had to get a cop in there to help us. But we got it done in 3 days, along with some help from the residents of the town, who did very good.
Did you back into my driveway?
I don't go near your driveway.
No, somebody with big cleat tires, like a loader tire, backed into my driveway. When I came home from work, you can't miss those tracks.
Could have been. I couldn't. Lucky I didn't back up into the house. But
You can't, I have a meter across the street, but the kid over there snow blows his whole yard.
yeah, he does that hydrant very well too. So.
Fire department doesn't clean out any hydrants?
No, they're not. They don't have the manpower to do it, and it's ultimately it's us to make sure that everything's clean and accessible to them, so we don't have any problems.
Not really.
I don't want to be the one on the receiving end of a lawsuit or something that we didn't clean a hydrant.
No lawsuit at that.
Anyway, it was done. It was completed because the windrows were very high and very hard to clean. So I thank them for that. Any questions you guys have? It's nothing dramatic.
So you're gonna get us the information about the pickup truck proposal?
Yeah, oh, by the way, on that F-350 damage, it's probably about 10,000, but it doesn't matter. The lift gate's coming off the other truck, the one that I'm proposing to go to the sewer, getting put on the F-350. That means the tailgate and the bumper come off anyway. We don't need that. And I'll fix the quarter panel with, button it up a little bit so it's nice and neat. So there's gonna be no repair work done on that truck at all. It'd be over a month of repair with an aluminum body, easy. So we don't wanna get into that. So the truck should be just fine after we do what we're gonna do. And that's it.
Okay. Public, nope. Board comments?
Get no
Tom?
damage truck.
Justin?
I got nothing.
Bob?
I'm good.
I did have, Just so that folks know that we do, though we don't comment, we do pay attention to social media. On February 18th, a resident who had a sewer backup in his yard at first complained on social media, but then came back and gave a compliment to the department. I had a broken clean-out. With the amazing response from Dudley Water Department, Sewer Department, I had a broken clean-out at the edge of my property. Departments were out there first thing in the morning checking for flow. Luke Asselin went the extra step and found the blueprints for a clean-out that was buried in snow. Broken pipe was found, cleaned up and patched, and we're back to normal. Thank you all for quick response and resolution. We don't get much praise on social, especially on social media. So make sure he's aware of our gratitude and thanks.
Too much praise for one day, I don't know, that's pretty.
Well, no, I mean, we you don't usually get that on social media, so. Anything else?
Quick thing.
What? Oh, yeah,
Justin,
Jen.
you need to get papers.
Oh, yes.
You gonna run again,
Yeah.
Justin?
Probably.
Yes.
They're-
Yes.
They're available in the town clerk's office.
Okay.
And if any of you are interested in attending the, any New England Water Works at the DCU Center on
First.
it's April 1st, isn't it?
Yep.
I did register us. Everyone's name is there. If any of you want to go, I just need to add, we have up to 30 spots, so.
We'll just shut down operations for the day.
I put in for that day, actually this morning.
I have your name down.
Good.
If anyone else, not you.
Oh, you can put me down.
You're going anyway,
You
aren't
already did the
you?
whole thing, right?
You want me to? I'll put you down.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going anyway, aren't you?
Okay,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Jen?
Opposed? Unanimous.